Hi, I'm Timotheus Prime, and I'd like to welcome you into the Toolbox Awakens podcast this week, episode 18. Today is a very monumentous day. It's 9/11. 2001, September 11th was a rough day for all of us. It was a sad day. We lost many brothers and sisters, loved ones, and it took a blow to our country, but it also told the world how tough our country really is. So, on this day, whether you listen to this podcast either today or another day, if you have a loved one, keep them close next to you. And always remember, and please, never forget.
So I guess I'm going to go ahead and follow that up with piggyback rides.
Hi, I'm Mazen Totoro, and I prefer the original Kimba to all this American knockoff Simba crap.
This is Necro Oblivion, wishing you Ba Weep Ghana, Weep Nini Ba.
And if you'd like to get a hold of us, you can email us at toyboxawakens@gmail.com. If you have any questions, feedback, or interests, and what you liked, what you didn't like of the podcast, we'll listen to all feedback, good or bad, because it just makes us better the more we hear. And first off, we have the founder of the podcast himself, Mazen Totoro.
All right, so my main gets this week were, well, I was recently on vacation to Missouri to visit my family, and there's this chain of stores in the Midwest called Vintage Stock, and you can find all sorts of interesting previously owned toys. So I found a Build-A-Figure Marvel Legends Hulkbuster. It was 4 out of the 7 pieces for him for $1.99. So I picked that up for sure, and I went and bought the rest of the wave with Thundra, Valkyrie, and Doctor Strange were my missing ones, which was kind of fortunate because they're the only ones in the wave I was really interested in. Doctor Strange is solid. He looks very evil in this incarnation of him, but he's got these nice little energy effect parts for his hands. I just wish he had some alternate hands because he only has magic casting poses, and that is all. Thundra and Valkyrie are both pretty solid figures. Just no waist articulation, which kind of bugged me. Thundra is really impaired because her hair is a single plastic molded piece, so she can only wiggle her head just a little bit, so even though she's got a ball joint that could be more evocative of emotion, she doesn't have much. And there's no way to really pose her with her ball and chain weapon in a way that makes sense. But they're both exceptionally tall. They're like almost on level with the Hulk. So I was kind of surprised to see just how tall they were, even though that is how it ought to be. And just Hulkbuster is a big, beautiful figure that I love him. He's just beautiful. He was fun even with just one leg. Because it's amazing. I mean, just there's his head, torso, lower torso, and one leg, and he was still standing up no problem whatsoever. I got Valkyrie first, so I had one arm. So even one arm, one leg, he was standing up better than many figures do on 2 feet. So yeah, with 2 legs, he is just very solid. He's just great, and yeah, $1.99 plus 3 regular Marvel Legends. That was a great get for me.
Awesome. All right. Well, hey, thank you very much, Maz. Hey, Necro, what kind of toy gets you get this week? It looks like you got, oh my gosh,
I got
a ton.
You got your box.
Had a visit, dude. I had a visit from Japan, and from Japan came the newest wave of Takara Legends, and let's start with the Takara Legends. Shockwave and Cancer, with such a beautiful color paint on Shockwave. And I've been sitting here for the past few minutes playing with Blurr and Scourge. It's kind of unfortunate because the Hasbro version of Scourge had that issue with like way too loose bobbly head. It was difficult to keep the headmaster on the main body. This Scourge kind of has the same issue. It's not as pronounced, but it's still not like a solid fit, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's a little disappointing, but the paint apps totally make up for it. Such a beautiful looking Scourge, and You know, beforehand, I was kind of going back and forth during the pre-order, like, hey, maybe I should get 3 and have 3 Scourges, but I already have 3 Generation Scourges. Don't do that. Save money. And now I'm back to, hey, maybe I should have got 3 Scourges. I don't know. I think the easiest way is just to use Legend Scourge as Scourge and Hasbro Scourges as sweeps, and just call it a day. It'll be a little bit more financially stable for me to do that.
Financially sustainable display.
Yes, which is totally non-existent, but you know, you gotta cut
Definitely
corners.
not financially stable like Soundwave's beautiful LED display.
Oh,
Those were only $20. I'm
Say
not complaining.
what?
Those are $20 off of Amazon. The only problem with it was the configuration that was doable, because each one had to hook end to end. There wasn't a hub on my old light set. There was 4 individual lights, and they each connected to a hub. And on this one, they had to be connected end to end. So, you know, you could put them in a square at the top, or you can put them in like I did. So the configurations were limited. But yeah, I like them. And they were only about $20 on Amazon for each set. Remote controls, all the different, you know, lights and patterns. Pretty cool. Not expensive at all.
so
Right on.
back to more Takara goodies. Unite Warriors Computron, which is a beautiful figure set. Excellent paint on all these guys. You know, different molds from what Hasbro used, and I don't have the Hasbro set yet, so you know, it's like it's not a good comparison. The only thing I need now are the perfect effect hands and feet, because these little flats aren't cutting it for me. I got
This flats.
yeah, flat, exactly.
I love that.
They're not-
That's the best description so far for the little toes.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that the Unite Warriors Computron didn't include the new feet that the Hasbro has.
Right.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
I look forward to
Yeah.
getting those in, but like I said, I think because I have so many of my combiners with the PE feet and hands, I'm just gonna get another set for the Computron, and somewhere down the line I'll get the Hasbro set. In addition to Masterpiece, MP31 Delta Magnus, he came in this week. Also, right off Planet Steel Express, I was able to order the Feral Queen Narrow Queen pack, and that was from the TFCon 16 exclusive set this year. And if you have any of the other RC Azalea figures, I mean, pretty much you know what you're getting yourself into. It's got a new head sculpt. The Feral Queen has this cool like staff that she can hold, and she looks damn good with the Predaking. So glad that finally came into fruition. I also last week talked about getting the Fansproject Crox. That was on sale last weekend, and it came in I think Thursday. And I'm very glad it was on sale, because it's not that great a figure compared to some of the earlier guys. But, you know, it was worth the money to me. So, yay on that. And finally, I got SH Figuarts Ranma Half, the male version of Ranma.
Yapapa, yapapa, ishante, ukida, ukida, Yapapa, yapapa, ishante. I can do the whole song, so keep going.
So that completes my gets this week.
All right. Well, thank you, Necro. That's awesome, man. For me this week, I got myself another MDK stand, masterpiece stand. It's made of a high quality resin. It's thick. It's heavy. It's got soft padding underneath, so you can display it on like abrasive surfaces if you want, without damaging them. It's pretty nice. It has swappable insignias, Autobahn Decepticon, and I definitely say if you can find the thing for $35, you know, pick it up. It's a nice display piece. If you can find it for cheaper, even better. Also, what I got a bunch, 3 more of the Machine Boy Legends Me and Zach were messing with them last night, and I gotta say, Starscream
How many did
joints
Zach
are.
break?
Oh no, I didn't break any. No, they're hard to break because it's really good quality plastic and they're really tight joints. That being said, sometimes upsizing a legend from a legend size really points out the flaws of the original so much more. Optimus Prime's legs don't tab together well. Starscream just looks horrendous underneath. I mean, yeah, and some of the things don't line up perfectly, but all his joints are super tight. So you can, in robot mode, all these guys display like a champ. Bumblebee kind of has the Titans Return wheelie syndrome in a way. He doesn't quite fully stay together, but they're not bad. If you can get them for like $2-3 each, they're a little fun. They're a little fun, knockoffs to mess with that are almost the size of deluxes. I'll probably get a couple more, and I think that's going to be it. And next up, I got Legend Scourge, which looks beautiful in package, and I got it from Anime Export. And I normally buy from these guys and never have an issue. When I got my box this week, I opened it up, and there was no Blur. There was no Legend Blur. There was a Scourge and a Shockwave. So I was like, okay, I'll see a mistake. I'll contact them. They wanted me to take a picture of the package. I'm like, okay, took a picture of the package for them. And I said, yeah, could you please send me my Legends Blur? And I didn't want to go through the hassle of trying to return Shockwave. So they went ahead and sent me my Legends Blur. That just got shipped out, but they shipped it out. It's kind of snail mail, so it's going to be here probably 3-4 weeks. That's all right. But I got a free Legend Shockwave out of the deal, so can't really complain about that too much. And my last not least is thanks to the founder, the man of many voices, Maz and Tortoro, and he was recently out and about on a trip, and he found what looks like, and I was excited when I saw the price for $24.99, a Cybertron Optimus Prime. And it's just, I was like, oh my gosh, for $25. And on top of that, there was an animated Blur. Well, I have an animated Blur in package, and I have one loose that I got from a yard sale that's missing a foot, shield, and whatnot. And I gave that one to my wife, and she kind of holds it real dear. It's actually on her jewelry case on her shelf. But every day I walk by and I see that incomplete, I just feel like I'm insulting my wife. So Maz found one for $12.99. I said, complete with shield? He's like, yep. And I was like, sweet. So I'm really grateful for Maz for bringing those toys my way. And according to the shipping, it should be here on the 16th. So I'll get to talk about those. And who knows, Maz, you might get a special video like Mikey got for Shinsuke Nakamura.
And you can still say his name. I'm just marveling at that. By the way, Starscream looks horrendous underneath will be the quote of the episode.
Yeah, the Legend figures, they could have been, I don't know. Don't expect, like, oh my gosh, like Wei Zheng quality. But they're good for what they are. I mean, they're not like made out of soap or anything really cheap like that, but at the same time, they're not bad. But the Power Glide one I got, the first one I got, that was probably the best quality one out of them.
That is a good figure.
Oh, it was. And if they make a Viper, I'll get that one too.
I just like that it came with weapons. That was excellent choice since the original didn't.
Yeah, and I just I still can't believe I got a cute little Legends Shockwave. It comes in this cute little box, and you can put them back in the packaging too if you wanted to. I love Japanese packaging sometimes because, like, all right, I can play with the figure, and then I can put it back in this cute little package. Can't do that with Hasbro ones, so I really dig that very much so.
Yeah, Hasbro figures, you have to destroy the packaging to get to them. You don't have to, but...
Hey, Tim, if you haven't already, take out the instruction booklet, because there's a little comic book that's on one side. It's really funny looking. I'd say it was funny, but I don't read kanji.
I don't know, man. My little Shockwave package came perfect because Anime Expert really packaged them really well. Even though they gave me the wrong figure, they packaged them really well. And just a tip for you guys, if you're dealing with Anime Export, they're from Japan. Try to say stuff instead of, hi, I have an issue. Go, konnichiwa. Start up with the Japanese hello, and then some with Japanese, go to translate it for like, can you please help me? And then you can talk English after that, but you're showing them respect to their culture and their language because you're making the effort. And they'll take more, and I got better results from doing that.
Huh.
Just a little tip for all you importers out there. Learn the language of your sellers. Just a little bit. Just enough that you're acknowledging the fact that you respect their culture and where they come from. And you can get things done a lot quicker. And it looks like Bran has joined us. Bran?
Or Zach. And Soundwave said he's got to be out for a moment. He said he'll be back later.
Zach?
Hey, what's up? I can talk with a Texan accent if y'all want me to. I can just pretend that I'm Bran. How y'all doing?
Man, it's dangerous not to be on.
Well, I'd like to introduce the world to Zachamus Prime. Thank you for joining the podcast and joining us, buddy.
Hey, I'm only going to be here for about 10 minutes or whatnot.
Well, lucky for you.
Well, I just want to tell everyone, hi, everybody. This is Zachamus Prime, and can you feel the love tonight? As for toy gets, I got nothing. And as for pre-orders, I don't have anything. I'm still waiting for my Striker Banners to show up at Big Bad Toy Store so I can ship my pile of loot. Get that in Pink Assassin. Pink Assassin.
I gotta pre-order me one of those.
The Pink Assassin?
Yeah.
Actually, mine arrived yesterday. I just have not opened the box yet.
Yeah, that's not a pre-order thing right now. That's a order thing.
Yeah, I might order one from eBay tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah.
Sounds like a plan, man.
It's cheaper than buying it from an online dealer. I found a seller for $22. Free shipping. Might take 3 weeks to get here, but still free shipping. Small package.
I'm back.
So
sorry about that.
All right.
So Soundwave, what did you get this week?
What did I get this week? I see Zach is here. Zach showed up. Sweet.
Well, Zach doesn't buy anything anymore, so he just shows up, does pretty good voices, and doesn't buy anything.
No, he just, after you're done with your toy gets, Soundwave, he's the first article of news. We'll let him talk about it after I announce it.
Oh my god, okay.
So, take it away, Soundwave.
So, my gets. I've been concentrating a lot lately on trying to finish a few Funko sets, the pop version, and so I got right from Entertainment Earth, the Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan Goku. To add to that set, along with a bunch of other exclusives. I've been working on those. What else did I get? Oh, the Marvel Diamond Select figures are beautiful, and I didn't really notice that. Not to just.
Q-Bird's back.
What's that?
I said Q-Bird's back.
Sweet, I didn't get a Q-Bird.
Well, Soundwave, you're getting kind of the Q-Bird voice right now, but it's kind of like gravelly Clint Eastwood Q-Bird, on my end anyway.
Punk.
Oh, what, my voice?
Yes.
Oh no, I sound like Q-Bird?
Yes. Kind of a growly Q-Bird.
Like a Vin Diesel.
Too much weed, probably. Anyway, these Marvel Diamond Select figures are really nice, and I've had Deadpool and Colossus for not necessarily because of the movie, kind of because, but Colossus has been one of my favorite Marvel figures. So I got that set, and then I've been looking around, going to comic book stores and whatnot. You see these things all over the place. So I decided to pick up a few more. I got Ghost Rider, I got Carnage, a couple more coming in the Big Bad Toy Store shipment that should get here one of these days after it's done going in between Wisconsin and Illinois toys. But whatever, it's still a plug for the moving on to the Punisher, I had to pick him up because I made a lot of trips to Walgreens lately for different Marvel Funkos, and also looking for the deluxe Titan gears, and not had much luck. But I did see Punisher the other day, so I figured I'd pick him up because I love Punisher. And he's a decent figure. I like him, obviously. Took him out of the box, set him on there, growling over me now as I look at the computer.
So do you have the Jim Lee bandana head, or do you have the other head?
I took the bandana head off because it looked a little strange.
Good man.
And I put the regular freight gaslight on there, so he just looks like the Punisher sitting there holding the M60 with one hand, like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Commando, and we'll go with that. So the next acquisitions that I've gotten over the last few weeks have been most of the deluxe Titan Returns figures, and I like all of them. I got Wolfwire the other day. I went into a Walgreens, and the hook was empty, but the lady was stocking stuff, and there's a bunch of boxes all over the floor, and I'm like, she had asked me if I needed help. I said, well, I was looking for what's on that hook, but it's empty. And she said, well, let me scan that for you. So here's a plug for Walgreens. She scanned it. She said, well, it says we have two. I said, well, let's look for them. So we started looking through all the boxes and finally found one, so I bought that. I also got Skull Cruncher, Skull Smasher, whatever his name is now. Chrome Dome and Wheelie, or not Wheelie. I did get Wheelie, but I meant to say Chrome Dome and Rewind for the win. And Blur, Highbrow, Highbrow is pretty much a bobblehead no matter how you put the Titan Master head in there, so a little disappointed with him, but I don't know, I still like the mold, kind of.
With all the Funko Pops, you should be used to bobbleheads.
Yeah, that's why I don't mind it, really. But I do I like the twin-bladed helicopter mold, so, I mean, he's cool. I do like the head mold. I don't like the way it fits in, though. In fact, in most pictures, you can see where the neck connector is kind of sticking out, so it gives him kind of a long neck and a very, very wobbly head. But other than that, I did pick up an MP Bumblebee from Toys R Us because it was there, and I figured I would get one of the scalper prices for it, or any other type of prices for it. Picked it up. So, yeah.
All right.
And then lastly, I have my MP Soundwave finally.
Yay!
I think I missed the last
Yay.
podcast one.
Welcome to the club of Masterpiece Soundwaves.
Woohoo! It is awesome. All the pieces are beautiful. All the accessories that come with them. I don't have a bad thing to say about them. I love the way Laserbeak or any other or the bird cassettes will sit on his arm. Everything's tight. Paint is beautiful. Exactly the figure that I need at times. So, thank you to Brandon. He's not here, but I did a trade with him, and now I have him Masterpiece Soundwave.
Fantastic. All right, thank you, Soundwave, for your toy gets this week. First news article we have up released this week. We have a bunch of good stuff. To start off, we're gonna let Zach and Miss Prime gush about this because he's been doing lots of research. He's been on top of it. He's made a photo album about this. It's KFC's Simba, aka Masterpiece Victory Leo, and it does combine with Takara's Masterpiece Star Saber. Take it away, Zach and Miss Prime.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Well, you pretty much covered everything that I can cover in like the next 2 minutes. But I think it looks really good, and I think that it, I've been waiting for years and years and years for Takara to finally get off their butts and do something about it, and it seems like they're not really interested in doing anything about it. And so KFC is like, well, shoot, we'll do something about it. And I'm like, all right, I will give you guys my money and not them. And the thing's up on pre-order for like $150, so it's like, I mean, that's how much it would be from Hasbro anyhow, or Takara anyhow, right?
Right.
I mean, wasn't that what Star Saber was? $150 or so?
It depends
So, I
what
mean-
outlets you went through. Originally he was 169 at BBTS, and then other outlets it was like 150, and now you can get him for like 105 on eBay.
Yeah. eBay.
I'm
So-
getting at it. He's really attractively priced, and he's really attractively made, and I'm just really attracted to it. So
Yeah,
that's just what I wanted to say about it.
I can hear your heavy breathing about it. My only concern is KFC's history of QC. I've heard their history is a little sketchy, so I'm going to wait and see.
yeah.
I'm going to wait and see until Ben
Yeah,
reviews it, or MGO reviews it, or Rocket Army Punch. There you go. Three reviewers. Oh, and Vangelis. Can't forget Vangelis.
Shout outs
Well,
to people.
if you've looked at, for example, MGO's or Ben Collectibles reviews of the transistor molds, not only has that mold alone shown significant progress. I wouldn't say significant progress because the original one was really good too. But I mean, it has shown progress over what was already a good figure when it came out. We're talking about comparing things to when KFC was brand new. Now they were coming out with those crappy like Ramhorn cassettes and stuff like that. Like, yeah, those earlier cassettes did suck. My brother bought a few of them and they all suck. But that was like a long time ago. They really have come a long way since then, and anybody who's picked up a recent KFC product will know that. You know? I mean, shoot, I've got Optimus Prime and they're both really good. And I mean, I've heard nothing but good things about their recent offerings. And so I think it's a bit unfair to talk about, you know, like the early stuff that they came out with when they've progressed so far since then.
Yeah, you know, Zach, I'm kind of there with you. I don't know the history of KFC quality, but I can tell you that I've been
And
working on it since.
now I gotta go. That was my 15 minutes of fame. See you later.
All right. Thank you, Zachamus Prime, and thanks for gushing over it. All right. Zach has left the building.
This is going to be an interesting edit.
I like the KFC extra crispy chicken. That's been pretty good.
I like the original recipe.
No, the Big Little Chicken, what they're calling it now, the Big Little Chicken.
Oh, that's new. Yeah, that's a new product.
I like the
KFC
Carolina Gold that
you
they're
can
just
sponsor us if
testing
you
in
want.
Mobile and Philadelphia.
Hey guys, if I could just chime in on the KFC quality issues, though, I don't think it's unfair to go back at their earlier products and, you know, make a decision based off of that, because there were several products that had some quality issues. It's only since their transistor that the quality's gotten a lot better. But if you really want to say, all right, let's look at more recently, they just had the Rekgar and his Junkion, so it's Crash Hog and whatever they're calling them. I've heard some really good reviews about them. So if you go check out things about that, hopefully that's the sense you're going to get for what this Kimba will come out at.
And you know what? When you're going to go ahead and make a toy, with the focus of Victory Leo, something that can combine with a Masterpiece Star Sticker, you better have your stuff together. So hopefully they did do a good job.
Yeah, I mean, that's my concern, is they need to get it right.
Right, because something like this could make or break them.
Yeah.
If this thing comes out and it's shit, and it doesn't connect, or in some way damages a Masterpiece Star Saber because of trying to connect it with it.
Now, here's something that's going to stress you guys out that you're excited about. According to KFC, this figure's coming out this month.
Yes, I have it on pre-order.
And that concerns me. It's like, oh, hey, by the way, bam. And I'm like, you know, I mean, there's no test shots, nothing to really show anything. No, here's the final product. Hopefully it doesn't suck. You know, I mean,
so that means it's going to be awesome, and you will not be able to get one afterwards.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Not with KFC, man. They'll have plenty.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything sold out on KFC in ages, but
well, you guys will know about it as soon as I open mine.
Cool. Yeah.
I don't know if I have the money to pursue that at this time, but maybe down the road, because there's a few other pieces I need to get first, like the MPP-10 EVA and the M01 Nemesis Prime, Evasion Nemesis Prime, by Wei Zhang, which translates from Chinese, will not. So don't, I guess it stands for we will not make official with product, or we will not bend to the whims of political corporate fascist jerk faces. We will make Transformers that are awesome, better than awesome, that is awesome.
And
the
now there's
Nazi-
third-party products for Wei Jing products.
Yeah, which we'll talk about in a little bit. All right. So next on the news, apparently with all the Masterpiece Megatrons coming out, Takara's like, hey, we need to make some money. So supposedly there's a prototype Masterpiece Megatron with a limp barrel online you can check pics out about. Anybody want to talk about it?
Limp barrel.
Well, yeah, I mean, other than the limp barrel part, it looks good. And what I've noticed before on this design is that his feet are really narrow, and that reminds me of the Shockwave that came out earlier this year. So, I'm wondering if, like, just because of the way the shins are and the feet, maybe it's the same designer. So that could bring some credence to this being an actual Takara release. But otherwise, he looks nice. I like that his cannon can retract, so that way it's not like this huge thing sticking off of his forearm. The face looks cool from what I can see here, and I think it really hits a lot of marks from some of those guidebooks that they have for the original Transformers. So I'm looking forward to seeing more about it. Just kind of want to see what accessories are coming out, because Takara's been really good about adding a lot of accessories to their figures lately, and we'll just kind of wait and see. But if this is Takara, it's about damn time. And
Yep.
Please
It's
make
expected
plastic.
to have an orange plug on it too.
Oh, orange plug.
So it has to have an orange plug and a bent barrel.
What's that last piece?
The bent barrel, isn't that part of the safety protocol?
I'm not sure, but the orange plug is just it's standard for these gun toys, so that way people don't.
Right.
Make a robot.
I thought they were going to do the bent barrel as, okay, this is a toy, not a gun, so that they didn't have to put the orange plug in there and make it look like a plastic toy gun.
I don't know.
The limp barrel was probably just a test plastic issue.
Got it. Yeah, it was just a prototype shop, so. But we don't know a lot.
Well, hopefully they took more than 2 weeks to design the toy, like they did last time.
I'm sure they've had more time. I mean, considering this is an actual line now instead of a one-off, I would hope so.
All right, well, I guess we'll get to our next news item. So we have the leak listing of supposedly upcoming official Transformers. I think there's been no validation to this list yet, but it has a lot of things that we already knew were coming, like Getaway, Nautica. But yeah, there's some pretenders on the list. There's some other combiners on the list.
Overlord.
Overlord.
Yeah. So one thing I wanted to definitely add is that the half part of the list is the unconfirmed, and the half above that is all confirmed, which we should probably bring up the list. And
So Beachcomber and above would be confirmed?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and the clones, everything. Predaking, to see that listing was really exciting. To also see Abominus is really exciting for me, because Abominus is my favorite combiner of all time. So, but yeah, Overlord, I'm super excited. I know, Peter, you're all about the Carnifex, and that's cool. But I'm excited for the Hasbro one, because I think it's cool that Hasbro's actually going to bring us a Japanese Transformer.
Yeah, no, agreed. I just think Carnifex looks cool. So he's something that I think I have to have in my collection, but that's not going to stop me from probably taking a look at this Overlord too.
But yeah, Overlord's been one of my favorites. If you've seen Transformers Master Force, you know that Super Genrai did not have a chance against him. When he left him for dead in the desert, that was one of the coolest Transformer fight scenes I've ever seen. and then you see his Power Master almost like fall lifeless to the ground. You're like, oh wow, is this still a kid show? No, but spoiler alert, he comes back as God Genrai and he beats Overlord. Spoiler alert.
We definitely got a comment on the Japanese storytelling being a lot different than American storytelling for cartoons. And yeah, that was pretty surprising to see him just like alone in the desert. Whatever will I do? I see a mirage. Wait, not that mirage. Another mirage. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Overlord. I personally, I'm glad he's leader class. We apparently Titans Return is going to have a ton of leader class figures coming, which is pretty cool. And it's not Seekers. Thank you. I'm sorry for those of you who like the Starscream Skywalker Thundercracker, the Jetfire remold, which they were, but no. Overlord. I don't care who they remold and repaint Overlord to be. Freaking fly whales. Shoot, I'll buy that one too.
Well, I really think the U.S. Overlord's going to take some IDW design nods, while the Japanese one will be more Master Force.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they remold their Overlord just like they did their Super Genrai to our Power Master Optimus Prime. And I'm cool with that. What I'm not excited for is that the dollar to Japan ratio, how much shipping is going to be. Shipping has gone way up, shipping stuff from Japan, and it just keeps going up. So I'm hoping when the Japanese version of Overlord comes out or is announced that the price will go down. Otherwise, I'll just go through Big Bad Toy Stores and do their whatever their weird price is. You just pay $5 for whatever. It's like FedEx something, a deal that Big Bad Toy Stores has, and it's like the cheapest you can get, but it takes like a week and a half to get.
Yeah.
But but that list got me excited. So I made sure I posted in the toy box so everyone knew about it and clarified a couple of things so people don't get too overly excited. I'm hoping Abominus is real. I'm hoping he's a larger scale class than the Combiner Wars. Probably won't be. Because after seeing what they did with Computron, no offense to you guys who liked it, I just thought it was a lazy job. Scattershot was terrible.
I'm looking forward to Carterback.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice there.
A pretender. Yeah, that surprised me too. And Blood is in there too. But we did get a Blood homage in Reveal the Shield, I do believe, several years back. And it's a Drax. It was a Drax remold. And he had the Pretender head, which was kind of cool. I still own the figure, and I still like it.
It was Skull Grin, not Blood.
Sorry, Skull Grin.
Right.
And
that's one of the only Pretenders I had.
Oh, my foot and my mouth taste so good.
Oh, yeah. So on the bottom half of that list where it's not confirmed, I'm wondering what this Dinobot is. Whether it's going to be the Beast Wars Dinobot, or if it's just like a new term that they're using, like a generic Dinobot that we know already.
Probably some sort of Titans Return incarnation of Dinobot with a headmaster. That's my guess.
Yeah. So depending on that, I mean, that could be like really exciting, or it could just be a bummer. Who knows?
Hey, if it's a mass retail from the Generation Springer as Dinobot, I will buy the crap out of that.
Oh man, you had to bring that back up. Oh, it's like just the knife comes in, and what could have been done? What could have been done? Damn it!
Yeah, what could have been?
That's such a beautiful design.
And it fits well. I mean, you can plug in the sword onto his arm with the blades folded out, and that can totally pull off his little spinning attack.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'm going to keep hoping.
Yeah, keep hope alive. But man, this is a cool looking list. And yeah, like Tim said earlier, stuff we already kind of knew was happening already, mixed in with some new items, and then the unconfirmed portion. I was just like, whoa, cool. More Japanese characters or figures, more combiners. I was sitting here going, man, what happens after Titans Return? I know it's like a trilogy type thing, but you've already hit most of the good marks, and this list is not disappointing. It's very, very, very cool.
Yeah, it's definitely definitely something to look forward to if all it turns out to be official, and I'm already definitely excited about everything that's planned to come out, but we'll just have to wait and see. But a few, I mean, Snapdragon, that's another one. If that's real, I'm excited for it. Battle Trap. Someone was talking about. I remember we talking on the podcast about Duocons. Well, it looks like it might come. It doesn't say what size class they are. I'm hoping they're not Titan Masters, especially Snapdragon. I'm fairly confident that we're going to get a Voyager Snapdragon. But we're also going to, also according to listings, there is Wind Charger, Sea Spray, Grotesque, Black Xeric, Dreadwing, Darkwing, and Blood and Carnivac. Now, the Black Xeric ones has me scratching my head. Wouldn't Scorponok come out first? But yeah, I'm excited. The clones are coming out. Pounce, Wingspan, Fastlane, and Cloudraker, or Loudraker. No longer Cloud, just Loudraker. We're getting a Legends Huffer. We're getting a Legends Brawn. So another Legends Cosmos and Beachcomber. So a lot of good stuff on the way. And hopefully Abominus and Battle Chip, Snapdragon, Grotesque, all those, and God Bomber. Hopefully those all come to fruition. Now remember, Titans Return, Power Master Optimus Prime will have a robot that will merge to him to either, I'm guessing, a backpack, foot, whatever. It's supposed to be Apex armor. He's supposed to be called Apex. So these are Japanese listings. So it's a fair bet that some of this stuff is probably going to be official, maybe even all of it, and it's going to be awesome. So Predaking, Abominus, it's a good time to be a Transformers fan. All right.
Well, I mean, Darkwing and Dreadwind, if they actually could combine into a Jetno together, I would be so happy.
Well, let's look at it like this. We're getting Overlord, and the teaser clip that was at BotCon literally showed a jet and a tank driving into each other, and it says, we'll see. And then in these, best teaser Hasbro could do to get people on edge. We'll see you in 2017. And then it's like, no! I want to see it right now! But unfortunately, that's not the case. But with all that leaked stuff coming, I'm excited. You guys excited?
I'm excited.
I am. I'm just wondering if Abominus, Landcross, and Predaking, if we're still going to see some Combiner Wars style system again, or is it going to be something new?
I hope it's something new, and I hope they're larger scale.
I don't see it happening. I mean, it'd be nice, but I think I'd prefer just seeing, some type of unity towards all these combiners. So I'm happy if they continue to use the system they've got now.
Yeah, I think the system and how they connect, I think that's perfectly fine. Yeah, I just want some new molds.
Okay.
We'll see.
I think the Abominus combiner.
Well, next up on the news we have this week.
Actually, just one more thing. I'm thinking more about this whole Duocon concept made two robots combining, because a lot of Landcross's limbs actually form into other kind of combined robots themselves, like Mach and Tackle. Because I know in the chat the other day we're discussing them a little bit with the Platinum series Astro Train, because the color reference was for Mach Tackle. So I'm just kind of wondering, could they be really doing something like that? Just theorizing in my head.
My guess is, here's my guess, is that Overlord is the third part of their whole Prime trilogy, that we're going to get vehicles combining to robots, basically Duocons, possibly kind of an Energon style, two robots that form to one big robot. And I'd be totally cool with that if they have a universal connection port again. I enjoyed Energon. I thought it was a great series. I thought it was too short. They should have had more figures, but Transformers wasn't nearly as popular during Energon, as Hasbro actually claimed that they didn't make profits until after Cybertron, which is kind of sad. But I think the third and final trilogy will be combiners, but not combiners as gestalts. Basically, two robots merging.
And everyone lining up to merge with RC.
Oh my! You got a pretty exhaust port there, baby. All right, so enough of the smut. Next up in our news, Combiner Wars Episode 6 was released. And what the WTF? Anyone want to start on this?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. So this episode, unlike the last, is a lot more fulfilling for me. It picks up right after the end of episode 5. You have your main characters in play. You bring that triumvirate of the Mistress, Starscream, and Hot Rod back in. Rodimus. Rodimus is in quite a predicament at the moment, having lost a limb to Devastator. It progresses the story along because you figure out that Devastator's gone rogue and doesn't listen to Megatron anymore. And even though you've got these wild combiners doing their own thing, that is not the enemy. The enemy lies within, and his name is Starscream. And it's so beautiful because he's just been playing him this whole time. And again, go ahead.
But I was hoping he would turn a different leaf, and I mean, and actually show a different side of Starscream, because that's more interesting. Because this is kind of predictable. Because hey, it's Starscream, he's going to turn on everyone again. I mean, if they were going to do this, they should drag it out longer. It's just like, but 6 episodes in, hey guys, guess what? I have the enigma of combination, and now I have these silhouettes of combiners on me, and I'm the ultimate combiner, and I'm just like, okay.
It's awesome. It reminds me of in Cybertron, where he was able to grow to the size of Unicron and start causing all kinds of havoc.
Did you guys notice the video mistake they made? If you watch episode 5, I could be wrong though. Devastator rips off Rodimus's leg. He rips off a leg. In this episode, it's an arm. So, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he ripped off his leg.
Well, it's definitely an arm this episode, which
Yes.
became a story point because the three try to use the Enigma combination, and of course, because he doesn't have one arm, Rodimus is ineligible to use. The Mistress of the Flame is ineligible because she's from Caminus, and so apparently her biology doesn't work with it.
I thought you were going to say because she was from Canada.
Yeah, well, that for
Weird
Canadian
CP, that joke would have been better.
For the Canadian listeners, you cannot use the Enigma of combination. I'm sorry, it's part of the story. There you go.
I thought it was a pro-feminist sexism because she was a female transformer.
I don't know, but yeah. So here it leads it right up to Starscream, and he's got some good lines. Like you're saying, you're hoping he would have changed, it would have shown a different light. But as he says, Megatron, you'll never change, while I have evolved. Which is so good because he's just, he's such a schemer, man. This is perfect for him. And also with good lines, again, they give Megatron these awesome lines. Every episode he's in, towards the end, stars will bloom and die before I'm done killing you.
Yeah, I gotta admit the writing is great. The problem is the problem we still have had with everyone's having the problem with the episodes. The fact is they're only 5 minutes, so they're building up these climactic scenes, and then it ends, and then we wait a week, and then they kind of start off where they left off. Sometimes, at least this one they did, but I just I don't know. I like it. But I'm kind of, I feel a disconnect because I was hoping for Starscream to do something more than typically Starscream. And I think by them doing that, it's just like, okay, now what are they going to do for story-wise now? Because they're only 6 episodes in. Only 6. So this has got to be a deeper story because there's supposed to be, what, 48 episodes? So if there's 48 episodes... No?
No, whoa, no, sir. You're talking about 40 to 42 minutes runtime total. So like,
oh my gosh. Okay, so basically in 3 more episodes, the series is done.
Yes. That's why they have to get running out.
So really, they held on to the reveal until pretty late into that series.
Right.
But it doesn't feel like it. That's the problem. It doesn't feel like there was a build to it.
Well, earlier, not on this show, but previous ones, I've talked about how it's been an alright show, but I too have also had this like disconnect with it. And it feels like the past 2 episodes together have been a lot better for the story format because, it's when you go from one episode to the next and it's not some type of break, but it's just picking up right where you left off. There's a better flow to it.
I'll tell you what, Necro. If Overlord shows up with his IDW whips, I will shut up about the series and say it is the best series ever.
Well, that's not going to happen.
I don't know. The figure's coming out next year, and the engine's going to lead into Titan's Return.
No, not going to happen, buddy. You're going to have to take...
You dream killer.
Yeah, that's me. The Canadian Dream Killer. Put that Enigma combination down, Counterpunch.
Can't use it out of the box. That's why you can't use it.
That's right. But what Starscream does with some dead combiners, which, it was kind of sad to get the confirmation, like, yeah, they are dead. Computron just got beat down. He's dead. Menasor got a sword swipe from this little bitty robot. You're dead. Okay, well, I don't know. If that's what happens to combiners.
Okay, keep in mind that she cut him in 3 pieces for straight through the torso. And supposedly in this series, it's not when they merge, they become one solid entity, not individual components. So you kill the one core, they all die. It seems like the theme of the story they're going with here, which I think would be kind of cool if they cut off like an arm, the guy transforms to start shooting, and then they're like, how they have like Rook for Defensor and stuff instead of like Groove, but I don't know.
Yeah, just pick them up and
part of the original IDW storyline, if I remember correctly, was that quick slinger or slingshot had gotten killed. So while in Superion form, so they had to remove him, and then Alpha Bravo stepped up and took
that's right.
Slingshot's place. So the whole Superion didn't die just because Slingshot did.
But then the Enigma combination heals is what ended up happening later on when they started using that.
I got it, so it's a different type of combination.
Yeah, so Superion's original combination, it was some effect of kind of primordial forces in Cybertron as it was rejuvenating. And the aerial bots were in the wilderness, and they combined together. That's how Superion was formed originally in IDW. But then, later on they used the Enigma combination to repair Superion, form Defensor, and then, it gets really weird with all the Enigma stuff, what they end up doing. Like, somehow the Earth has Enigma energies, and that is how Skyrain ends up happening. Briefly.
And that from our residential IDW expert.
I thought they just, like, janked Skyrain and everybody with the Enigma. It wasn't really, like, Earth powers.
No, it was Earth.
Okay.
It's like Earth is an Enigma in of itself, but then Superion end up undoing it. In the process, undoing himself as Superion.
Yeah. Hacking that Cybertronian code.
Yes.
I am Haxor.
Yeah, I gotta read the rest of that series. I'm starting it.
The beginning is good. The middle, not so much.
Yeah,
there's some dark years there.
Go ahead and do it all. We'll see. I'm really
Anyways,
No,
so episode 7 of...
Go ahead.
Oh. No, I was just gonna say that the episode 7 of Combiners Wars comes on in 2 days from our time of recording right now, and so hopefully we get to see what happens with Big Bad Starscream.
He gets his ass kicked. Spoilers.
No,
Spoilers.
man.
Or we could go for a total Starscream change of pace, and he might succeed.
Yeah.
I doubt it, but you know. Poor Starscream. I love him, but yeah, he's cursed.
Hello. Sounded like everybody dropped out.
Yeah, are we all still here, or did Google Hangouts freak out?
We're here. Tim is on mute, so let's run into our next topic, which is retail. Well, retail. Blah. My words, they leave me. Okay, so coming out this week, we have the 30th anniversary of Transformers the movie. So this is thank you.
But yeah, Shot Factory is very proud of their new transfer that they made for it, which does look gorgeous in pictures.
Yes, it does. So you have your choice of either the Blu-ray and digital version or the DVD and digital version. Why didn't you just package all three together and call it a day? I don't know. That would have made sense. But I'm glad to be able to get a Blu-ray copy of this. Again, as Maz pointed out, this is a new transfer. It looks great. And I hope they did it justice.
Yeah, I think I might pick it up. If they have it on Blu-ray, would be.
Yeah, and I hadn't heard if there's any. You know,
I'm wondering if it hasn't been formatted for widescreen though, because I do have a copy. If the full screen does look horrible on a larger TV.
Offhand, I don't remember if they did that, the 16:9 or not. Let's go find out, shall we?
Well, Shot Factory tends to be very careful with their releases, so I'm sure there's options. But I thought is only, I think it's only Blu-rays is what you can buy. You can either buy a steelbook for $5 extra or not.
Okay, well, let's go back because it's, I would imagine. No, you can buy the DVD. The steelbook might only be the Blu-ray version, though. Let's check it. Yeah, so the steelbook is limited, only comes in the Blu-ray variety. But the non-steelbook you can get is either Blu-ray or DVD.
Yeah, because I ordered the Blu-ray digital copy without the steelbook.
Okay.
Because I just throw away packaging now anyway.
Right. Okay. And so, Peter, to answer your question, and for others who may be interested, this is both widescreen and full-frame versions.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah. So, hey, this is exciting. I don't think we really heard much about any extras that are going to be on here, like any extra interviews or whatnot. I kind of wonder if they're going to pull a lot of the extras from the 25th anniversary release. That remains to be seen in my book.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I'm sure we'll get the Scramble City short again, and maybe some of the original trailers with Magnus and his Delta colors.
What I would love is if we get the Scramble City with just the Japanese. I don't even need subtitles. That'd be great if they did it. But just give me the original soundtrack. I do not want these other people who I don't know commenting on it. I just want to watch the show and enjoy it. That's all I want.
Amen.
Peter, do you have any ideas of what you'd like to see as an extra, whether it's actually going to be one or not?
Yeah, you know, I haven't really put a lot of thought into it. I was kind of on the fence of whether or not I was even going to get it because I do have a copy of the movie.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's something I'd have to think about.
Okay.
With it coming out in a couple of days. I guess I'll find out.
Yeah.
Because I think I might get it because it would be nice to watch it downstairs on the big projection screen, like we were back in the in movie theaters in the 80s and the movie was coming out.
Right. And if you're able to, you can go online and see some actual work from Shout Factory where they compared the two side by side. Just looking at the screens, I mean, that's a big difference. The colors are more vibrant, crisp, So I think that's going to give you that much more of a different experience than the copy you have.
Dude, let me tell you, when I saw those 4K comparisons, I wanted to lick my monitor screen.
Does that make you lick it?
Huh? No, that was all me. That's all me. All me.
Do people in your area just have this tendency to lick things?
No.
Going over to Washington State, isn't the weed legal up there?
I'll say that. And do you have to get permission first before you lick something? Like, is there like a consent decree that you need?
No, I don't want to throw someone under the bus, but if you guys go to tfw2005.com, look at my username armadomk, look at my signature.
Okay.
And that's all I'm going to say.
We'll do that on our free time.
Yes.
So,
I have many usernames because I have multiple personalities because I'm nuts.
Okay. Well, Tim,
I'm Dark MK, I'm Martyr MK, Dark Armada MK, Beast, and Timotheus Prime.
I think the Beast and Beast is more like your id. I don't know. Remains to be seen. But since you were out for most of that discussion, Tim, do you have anything that you'd like to see on this new release?
I would just like it to be the sound quality to be really high definition. I would like it to just fix the animation screw ups that the original movie had.
No, you have to have the screw ups.
Okay, how about this? Have like one disc that's the original theatrical release, and then have the 4K version. And that way, it's like, okay, you want crappy audio in the original? There you go. With the washed out colors, there you go. Do you want 4K quality? Here you go with HD sound. And the behind the scenes, they've done so many behind the scenes on these anniversary movies. There's not much more they can do, but I'd like them to show more things that were revealed, maybe some cool artwork that were done by the fans. I think the fan artwork should be more included in like DVDs because there's some talented artists out there that don't get enough credit for their quality of work. I personally just want to be able to sit down and enjoy it and just watch it and relive my childhood when I was a kid. And yes, I cried when Prime died.
I was about to ask if that included the tears. So.
Oh yeah, that music was so sad. Vince DiCola did such a great freaking job with that scene, man. I mean, you got to remember, Transformers the movie. It's like, let's see, what came out that year? My Little Pony, and then the He-Man, and the Transformers like had cussing in it, heavy metal music. It was edgier. There was death.
So much death.
A lot of death. I mean, the first 5 minutes they killed off very iconic characters. They killed Brawn, Prowl, Ratchet, and Ironhide just like that. And then Wheeljack and Windcharger were just dead on the ground in this one scene where Megatron was standing. Apparently, though, what you guys don't know about that scene is, you want to know why it looked really awkward where Megatron was just already in there and he kind of like, kind of then looked around and there was Prime and stuff. Now, did you guys notice that it showed Prime already inside there, and then when he went back to Prime, he leaned up and stood back up? That's because he took Shrapnel's face and smashed it into the ground. But they ran out of budget to add that in. There was, because like when he landed and stuff, there were a few Decepticons that tackled him, and he smashed Shrapnel's face into the ground.
So that was the original face taking.
Yes, the original. He didn't take the face. He just smashed him into the ground, and that's why he stood back up. Because watch that clip again. You'll see he'll say Prime, and then he leans back like he was on the ground or something, and you don't notice it because it was an editing job, but they ran out of budget, which was unfortunate. It was cut. It would have been nice if they would have done it for the anniversary, if they would have reanimated those scenes in. The problem is, though, Peter Cullen, Frank Weller's voice is aged, so it wouldn't sound as authentic as it should sound. I mean, I'm sure they could use some
sure
sound.
There's still audio, actually. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, original audio? That would be actually
somewhere.
There is. It's online. I did hear it, but it's mostly a lot of grunting and groaning and then bam, pretty much. Shrapnel's face getting smashed to the ground. And then they actually talk about it in the 25th anniversary edition of Transformers the movie. And they also, some other stuff was talked about on the Rhino release of the original Transformers series, where they had behind the scenes stuff too as well. So, that being said, yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm convinced my wife to get it for me. For some reason, she says, "You buy it." No, I want you to, because it makes it more special. Because she's buying me a gift, even though I know it's coming.
But yeah, maybe just some storyboards with audio would be great.
Oh,
yeah.
I'd love that.
Devastator killing Red Alert. Ultra Magnus getting drawn and quartered by the sweeps.
Jetfire's death.
What happened to Jetfire?
Hmm?
What happened to Jetfire? I do not know that one.
I don't remember. It was I need to look at my DVD set of the 25th anniversary or the G1 episodes.
It was Harmony Gold, wasn't it? Harmony Gold came in and killed Jetfire.
Probably.
No, actually, you're actually kind of accurate. I think, actually, I'm not going to speculate. I will say this. I remember it was talked about, and there was like some brief storyboard of Jetfire and how he died. But then they said he didn't die, so they just wrote him off. Like, okay, well, he's just not there. He's there, and then he's not. But I don't know. I'm excited for it. I'm going to get it. I think about getting the tin one from Amazon because, tin. But I think we should get on to the last bit of news this week, if you guys don't mind. K-Bio, or BB7, I don't know if they're the same company or not, is making an add-on kit for Wei Zhang's MPP-10. It's a new headed hand, light-up matrix, and a new rifle, and limited release will come with a secondary rifle. Hands are fully articulated. From what Zach has told me, they're more posable than the KFC's posable hands for MPP-10.
Well, they should be. They're bigger, aren't they?
They are a lot bigger, yes. It looks good. The new head, I don't know why third parties keep thinking that Prime needs a new head. I think the head's fine. I mainly just want the rifle in the hands. I don't need a light-up matrix. I mean, if I want a light-up matrix, I'll play with my MP01. Because, yeah, he had a light-up matrix.
Does anyone know what that second rifle is meant to be?
I have no freaking idea.
The one that looks like an alien gun?
I'm also lost.
I think, I'm actually glad it's not something special, because if it's a limited run, I don't need it. I think the photon rifle that they have for Prime coming is perfect. Sometimes adding 2 guns to Prime is too much, because he was always a single photon rifle kind of robot, and his character. He was always kind of like the John Wayne Lone Ranger Marine type character. So he wasn't like, Dirty Harry and just like feeling lucky punk. He was never like that, except in Michael Bay movies where he just killed everybody mercilessly, including humans. Shame on you, Michael Bay. Shame.
What would be cool if the head came out without the faceplate and it was more Ryan Paps like?
That'd be cool.
Then I could see them doing a whole new head. But yeah, I don't have the MPP-10, but I haven't heard any problem. And I've seen pictures of it, plenty of pictures of it, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that skull at all.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Let's see how much the price goes for, and we'll pretty much just go from there.
Or is it because it's light up and the original is not?
The original, the MP01 Matrix lit up, but the original MP10 one did not.
No, I'm talking about the head, the eyes in the head.
The eyes in the gun? No, that's all Photoshop.
Oh, okay.
To make it look more awesome.
Okay. So yeah, if the eyes don't light up, then I don't see the point in replacing the head, really.
Yeah. So, if they do have a limited set where they do light up, I'm like, okay, that's cool, but I'm okay with just basically the set as it is, because the only thing my MPP-10 needed is posable hands. Hopefully they come out with the Nemesis set, so my Nemesis Prime can have posable hands. That would be the next logical step. Well, if anybody's got anything to add, I think we can put
I got one
episode...
thing.
okay.
So we don't have it on here, but there's rumors about a Shattered Glass Masterpiece Optimus. Do you guys have any thoughts on that one?
That's a Hasbro Asia exclusive.
Does anyone have any interest in that one, or not so
Nope,
much?
gonna wait for Wei Zhang to make one the size of MPP-10.
I have a vague interest in it. I do like the various releases that come out, and if it's affordable, then I'll probably get it. And if it's something that comes out, because I think they said they're looking at end of the year for it to come out, and that's really tied up for me. So maybe if it came out a little bit later on, I'd try to pick it up. Of course, getting this figure, there's going to be no other Shattered Glass NP. So it's just me being a completionist, with the exception of anything that's Optimus Prime Bape, because I refuse to try to buy those things. But it's just a completionist in me, and I don't think I have like any real emotions towards it or not.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I have the MP10 now, and I'm happy with it. There's other figures out there that I'd rather get, I think, long before Shattered Glass anything. Not to say that, the color schemes are cool, but yeah, I'm just interested in other things at the moment.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, I think that wraps up another fantastic, fulfilled episode of episode 18 of Toy Box Awakens podcast. I'd like to thank everyone who partake in this podcast. I'm Timotheus Prime, Beast and Beast.
Soundwave, piggyback rides for the win.
And this is Mazin Totoro. I have nothing clever at this point of the night.
And this is Necro Oblivion reminding you once again, please, please, please email us, toyboxawaken@gmail.com. Let us know what you think of this group of folks. And
Yeah, send us some stuff. Come on. Let us know what you think.
Yes, feedback is most appreciative. And for those missing in action this week, CP, Kimchi, and Bran, from all of us to all of you, God bless, and never forget, good night.